Oh yeah, that they on Gombulu to Geshe.
Hmm.
Kanshi Sterner and Gentry. Nengu Chakbarkiba, Tevajan, Kanshi Mirukin, Tibata Kibat and the Sheriff Limbala. She is some Badars.
Hmm. The glorious Arya Nagarjuna stated in his letter to a friend, verse 60, even more stupid than one who fills a jewel-encrusted gold vessel with filth is the person who, after being born a human, performs evil deeds.
Oh yeah. Kanshi Sterner and Gentry, Nengu Chakbarkiba Tevajans. Then a Mijiko Koran saw that in the Pekosha in Bache. And the Koran, your nurses use it is search. Till her and bushing Rindanchan put in the ta. Dress of Trinity, Hamagoche. And Koran, Nengu Chaba, you what you said, started to the King Loser of Tindesi Shava Yenese. Then a pair Pambores and Goro. Kanshi Sterner and Gentry, Nengu Chakbarkiba Tevajans. They sent to Pambores. Tele Jangaros Mirukene. Kanshi Mirukene, Tibata, Kibatini Cerebrumbos. Mirukene, Tanda Kewamatuni Tibasa Devate, Tele Jani Lumba, Pambores and Gora.
The example given here is of a person who's extremely poor and comes upon a golden vessel but doesn't know what it is, doesn't know its worth, and then uses it as a spittoon and for throwing garbage into, and so even more foolish than that is somebody who has a precious human life, and then instead of using it to cultivate virtue, creates all sorts of bad karma or non-virtuous karma.
Oh yeah. Well, the Indian Ranzo, Militobate. There were Jay and George Chusame, Milun the Rich Tobic Camdelia, Pets Archambuimba, Tondachimbu Tupuyabate, Hakoachene, Senti Chibut and that some Goma Coachene, Gineshima Penji, Tondat Tukugres and Gora. Oh, Titumatuane, the Bashachi Sade. Na, and the Serginute, Nengu Chabakiba Tiaja, and it Garsura, Messe. Then chooses to Pambores and Gdo.
We have this precious human life with its 8 qualities of leisure and its 10 qualities of opportunity, and we know what we have, and so then if we then use it and don't waste it, what is it? Wasting it is a great loss, and so that if we don't waste it and use it to wasting it would be to use it just for the purpose of this lifetime, but we use it as they say for the next lifetime and beyond. Then if we do that, then it's not we're not wasting our life, and it's not a great loss.
Oh, yeah, this one. No, the Indicas order. Oh, that me lose something. The woman Savache, Shana Pembe, Gawachin to a school, Miguel, Lunga Yusum Yukonation, let's say, the Papa. And in Lunga Yusum Yukonation, a Pembe, Gawachin to the Vashicha or Esongora.
So then, and use it, to use this life then as a properly, then we have to avoid the 10 non-virtuous actions, and in that way keep from harming others, and then do whatever virtue we can where we engage in things that are helpful to others, and then through in that way, then we can cultivate, make good use of this life we have.
No, yeah, that the militum the basa de Kewatu Gimachunatani pe Pambore Sosu Lulambati, Pena Kindeshi Lulambinako. Kewashida Saya Siomar, the Tibashida Saya Kiomara. Amarazi million in the Tomni, Kewama Savatol Tiba Mabusagateviana, and Militova de don't do Kindeshi Lutova Legia, the Wonder Chandra.
If we use the if we use this life in that way, then we're making good use of our life. But if instead we use it just to what do you say? Collect non-virtue and do non-virtuous deeds and collect bad karma, non-virtuous karma, then if we do that, then then we have only wasted this life.
Oh yeah, the Kokasura. Tiba Mambusagana, Chanju Sambatu, we Tiba Mambusanga in Jobashiro and Smolam Javasito. Kares in the Kodi, Tiba Mambusagana, Kawa Mambusul to Yonga Chagiora. Or the end teaching Josh was co Gazette and Tiba Mambusana, Kawachama Page, Dongi Mambu Yonguyora. Oh, Tinashir, and as Junjuna Lesson Giba. Dinde Tawani Jonatagi Kekumachana, Kevala Kumba Machana, Dile Mongba Shema, then Dile Luba, Shem, the Rangaran Luba. Oh, Dile Mongba, Shenda Dile Kubas, and he Shenda Dile Hagba Kuba Yomarison Kuawati. Oh, Milutova de Tanda Dembachane, oh, Jinchima, Pensia Gitawatu, Tetsam Maimba, Koyatungile Tarvacheto, Church of Goya, Tetsam Maimba, Simja Tamje. Coele Tungi Lechedo, Sanji Coman Tower Chaco, the Echedo and the Churnias Nyambe, Gungo Saint and the Semper Shoes, do that.
Janji Samba Yanker Caress, Merlin Caress, Gapke there.
Down the Malam then do the judge. Do that. Go Shiva shows, Joba Shiva shows.
Go Jobo Shiva, Younger, Younger.
She do a Hakura Shiva show.
Shiva, never so.
Oh, she do it. Because dead and then Tipa Mambusa Yora. Joe Mambul Tungania, Tipa Sagora. Take on Jos by Shidona, Tipa Tosinho, Sam Mugo Chagra.
Then, so then, just as the bodhisattvas are always making a prayer for all living beings to, what do you say? Always that they're all that non-virtuous karma that they've accumulated, may it what do you say, be destroyed or eliminated, and so then we have to then not be foolish in once we have this human life of leisure and opportunity, and use it to so then to motivate ourselves. We say, I will not be foolish and use this life of leisure and opportunity to abstain from non-virtue and cultivate virtue, and then in addition to that, use it to create the causes for liberation, and then and then finally to help to, what do you say, cherish others more than myself, and to free them from their suffering, and attain the highest goal of completely perfect enlightenment in order to bring that about. And so in order to do that, I will listen to and reflect upon and put into practice these teachings that I'm about to hear.
Bisa.
Drisa.
Jashaluga kabare.
Chusumbade.
Chusumbade. Oh yeah.
So we're on the 13th verse, or verse 338 in the 14th chapter.
Oh yeah. Tangaba de karishe gursine. Oh, rangi chashela tube tembarike ba kakwas. Rangi chashela tube chajendi. Ini tembatruba yinsene. Tembatruba de yeba mares tipa kagidwa.
So this is addresses refuting truly existent production by virtue of dependence on parts.
Badi medo. Chidi pumbani rangi yala jamusoji. Din rosa mara dujurbe. Ya. Chidi pumbani rangi yala jamusoji drebu yinla teda juyin no she na sigora. Oh, teni pumbadi rangi jui yala chashe ene sa to do tende teni kushe bale ten chume drebu reese. Ani jimbala sobatezo te kure tele teni drebu ene pumbala sobatezo jungu ore. Oh, teda rangshin ki tobe suji reese na. Oh, ti ma reese pa shekdwa.
So the assertion by the essentialist proponent here is that the pot is an effect of its components, such as clay, and they are its causes, and therefore it is what do you say, exists essentially.
This one. Pumba Julian Drupjur Shinse, Juni Shellen Druber Drupjur Nase, Sigan Tambuni in Danganiton Darwa. Pumba de Rangi Julian Druber Jurshin Sigra, Jimbala Sobatindel, Julian Curesera. Jun Jimbate Zoya, Jushalatene, Druber Jura Resegura. Pumba Julian Drupjurshin, Juni Shelle, John Jura in Asegura, in Bichina Segura. Oh, tene. Tani badi yungora, Kangla Rangle Trumeba, Te Shambuchi Dergese doa. Kangla Rangi Ngoni Jitrube, Kangla Kango Pumbala Soba Ngobo Kangla Rangi Ngoni Jitruba Meba, Te Yesigora, Kangla Rangle Trumeba, Rangle Truba, Rangle Yoba, Susu Yoba Serchigora. Oh, Trumeba Te Yese, Kangla Rangle Trumeba, Te Yese, Truba Meba Te. ene shambu chidar kesde drebu shamba chidar kebar chede kebar chetu kumares rangi ngoyo tuba mebalya drebu shenje rangi ngoyo tuba sugi kebar chetu kumares gora te shambu chidar ke shambu se shenda drebu shenje chidar kebar chenyo kumares ra tena gyula to ko banamne gyula to ko bengo bochi yinchinje delya rangi ngoyo tuba yo mares or alle tangma de chishet tanda de chishet in this.
Then the verse reads, if the pot exists by virtue of its causes, and those causes by virtue of others, how can that which does not exist by virtue of itself produce something disparate? So here the first two lines then, if the in the commentaries are explained here. If the pot exists by virtue of its causes, and those causes exist by virtue of other causes, how can that which does not exist by virtue of its own entity produce a disparate effect, a different kind of effect, I guess is the word disparate here.
Oh yeah, that nase. Jula to ko ba namni rang ngoy tu ba mela ase. Jula to ko be ngo bu chi yin chi je tele rang ngoy rang le tu ba di ung ma re song yo ra. Gares ne kyudan kyan le tene ke ba ne kyugi mangbo ji so ba le tene ko chue ko yo ra. Kyugi mangbo so ba le tene kone kondon del shin de ne ko jebu di chue ko yo ra. Ki chue ko de se ko rang wa du tu ba rang le tu ba chi yo ma ra shen da ya chöni koya tayong ge ko yora shanla töjin delni rangi ngo to ko yora mado rangwini sutu ge ke yungo mara o te de tena gyule to ko ba namni rangi ngo to ba melas rangi ngo to na gyumi do tawan ge rangi ngo to go na gyudan gen ge su chö ko mara chöma yeng mara rangshin jen do rangshin ji sutu go na chö ko ya me ba jan do gara o te de gyume ba ta do rese pumba rangi ngo to ba go be rikbandi Drebu tamje la chawar chawa, pumba tabu de rangi kyuda kyan la tene ke. Yani, kebe tenchin drebu chunga sonza, rangi ngoyo kyawa meba, rangi ngoyo tuba meba de, rikba de, ngobu tsangma la drebu tamje la ba, charni shimba che gu re songudwa. Oh yeah.
So anything, therefore, that needs to rely on causes does not exist essentially or inherently or by its own nature. If something exists, if it existed by way of its own nature or autonomously, then it follows that it would be causeless. So once it relies on causes, then it has to be, not existing by its own nature. Something that exists by its own nature wouldn't need causes. So then this reason, which refutes the existence of a pot by way of its own nature or inherently existing pot, should be applied to all effects. You can use the same reasoning for all different effects.
Soba jen to mai hasa soba korande chiki ngolia temba to kures na o ti to mar sti ba ka gdwa yana na mangbo ya pumba chi to temba to ba ino se samna da di ngama to zu tin samge ora zengi ora o ti te ma res pa ka gdwa ti ji lapshana.
This next verse then
shologa chipshiba
is the 14th one, 339, where it says, this is briefly refuting that though there are many components, the composite is a truly existent single unit. And the assertion by the essentialist is, though it has many components, the pod is a truly existent single unit.
This way. Yeah, Treban Dubari Jurjan Suk, Trinituni Miteti Sigua. Oh, Tadical Sugarison. Yeah. Suk Tilla Soba Penzu, Treba Dubari Jurjan Sura, Treba Dubari Jurjan Se, Yamdo Soba Yinaya. Sudi ko su ranche degre mado sudi tiri suri tende pandre do mare sungora. Gurja su tingi do ni mitete sudi timarinduada timadi surinduata de drendu mare sungora mitete se sokbala neba namni rangi chenyi mendrawa mendoroche ko sokba yinaya su de kado de yip degrimado su da tina rona reche pan drendu mare sungora tingi to ni mitete se tibado chilamna Sholga tambuni chiga tambuni chilamna. Yeah.
So the first two lines of the verse say, though they meet and come together, form cannot be smell. So though visible form, smell, and so forth meet and combine, form cannot be smell. The combining doesn't mean that form then becomes smell. For the things that create the composite do not give up their different characteristics or their defining characteristics.
This one?
No, this
Oh yeah, that day in the Tenam Pumba, Shin Sokba, Chingiduni Miriso Sigdoa. Kusen Pension Demendo at the Yeshe Sigora, Tenase. Pumba Sutila Soba Pension Duya, Rangshin Chigdo, Mingiro Tenase. Panjinamdo Sondu Yorde, Sondu de Rangshindipa, Drendoni Tiro, Tire, Tendendo Yomare Sigora. Mandrivich Degrese, Mandrich Deva teacher Nasa, Tena, Pumbashin Sokbase, or Pumba de Rangat Sokbana Yuba to some do Nyamdo Pan Duba Yinaya, Rangshinda de Chichil Pandre Dumarese. Tena Segura, Pumbashin, Pumba de Shendo, Sokbachin Shandajan Segura. Tena Seni Namda, so ne, Minchir, Pumba Chick, Minchi, Pumba Chick Temba Kagba Shindu so, Pumba, the Sobanam Chikdun Dubing Olia, Temba Tuba Rangoni Tuba Rese, then Digmare Rangoni Tuba Mare Sungora, Pumba Chik Minshi Chawa, Chikdu Temba Kagba Shindu se, Pumba Shindus, Pumba Chikdu Temba Kagba Shindu, Soba Chignituni Miriso, Tishindu Shen, Soba Shen, Conditionaya, and Yana Soba Chiking Moro, Chikdun Dubing Olia. Tembatruba ranking to what the medic source and go. Chington and medic source. Yeah.
Then the next two lines of the verse are, therefore, like the pot, the composite cannot be one. Here, so then the commentary says, though form and smell and so forth, all the different characteristics combined, they do not have one nature. Having one nature in this case is talking about they do not kind of merge into just one thing and lose their defining characteristics. Thus, just as the pot as a truly existent single unit was refuted by the words in stanza 332, because the pot is not separate from its characteristics, it is not one. The composite, too, cannot be a truly existent single unit.
This way, yeah. That's all got chewing about the Labgiorda, chewing about the Shagora. Oh, take our Shagos, no? Gilia, Sobache. Tindrup Kaba Sigua, Sobachen Tindrup Kaba de Lutonzen Shidua. She and that Tambudi Sutis in the Garsore. Suda Tilla Soba Matoba, Soba Temper Meba Shindu, Joala, Tomato, Jungurian Temper Meba. And Joa Shila Tomato, Jungurgen, Suda, Pumba Kado Iblis Soba Tesaya, Temper to Yoma Restishe to Tambudi. Kijilamna, Tambungodi. Tanda Karshek, the Tilamnation of Changabati.
So here this is beginning with 340. Then we began this section we begin this section then on what's called refuting truly existent components. And so this next verse, 340, says, just as a composite does not exist truly apart from visible form, smell, and so forth. There are no truly existent elemental derivatives that do not rely on the elements. We're talking about the four great elements when we say the elements.
Oh yeah, da. Chidar so mato bar pumba yeba mahimba deshin do sigdo. Sikan tangbu nibu dege. Oh de kar chidar so da chida rekjala sokba tezu pa mato bar. Tezu le techi mandre war sigora. Sokba pumba tembar yeba mimba ase. Tembar truba yonto gumare se. Chidar so mato bar pumba yeba mahimba sigora. Yeba mimba. Deshin se. Yoba mahimba teshin do lungla sokba junga chenpo shibu ni madokba se. Lungla sokba junga chenpo shibu madokba sugyan tenpa truba do yoba mahare se. Kare se ne junga chenpo shibu tedala tenne ane su se pa taku kure se. Pumbe su se, pumba se, kawa se, kangba se, tende pa taku ese se doa. Dinde chidar so mato bar pumba yoba mahimba teshin lungla sokba ne mato sugyan yoba mahins. This one.
Yeah. So, if we read the commentary, then it says, just as the previously explained reasoning shows that there is no truly existent pot apart from the form, smell, and so forth. There's no pot that exists separately, autonomously, truly existent pot apart from the form and the smell and so forth, the substances that make it up. There is no truly existent component in visible form apart from the great elements such as air, such as, it says air here, but here means, we translate it as wind energy. So there is no truly existent component visible form apart from the great elements such as wind energy, for it is imputed independence upon these. The derivatives of the great elements are imputed independence upon the great elements. So there's no truly existent component separate from those, or autonomously existing separate from those.
Lungla sokba mato bar so tiso misiba shindo sigdwa. Lung la sokba junga shibu mato bar se. Junga shibu mato bar. So da tila sokbe jungjur to sigma resigara. Lungla sokba mato bar so tiso misiba shindo sigdwa. Yani junga chenpo namja, junga chenpo koranzo ya ni penzu teme dongo ni jutruba yo ma resi wara. Junga temba truba ka yora. Junga shibu tezo penzu chikchila teme do rangi ngoni jutruba de yo ma resi. Ka resi na didar mene sekba bu hilas. Mede sekba bu che. Junga sumbu sekja resi. Junga shen sumbu de sekja resi. Junga sumbu de tangi je pyushin kuna me sekba na se. Junga sumbu de tangi chen de pyushin de chikbu tene me sekba te sena sigwara. Ane kande resena sekba re sigwara. Tipo to chilam nale sekba cheba res te sholo kadak te hedera. Ane tsungdi kiamna. Yeah.
Anyway, can't remember if I read the verse for the previous one. But I'll just read it just so you have that. Just as the pot does not exist apart from form and so forth, likewise form does not exist apart from wind energy and so forth. So here, this next verse then, 341, is refuting truly existent elements. The elements then, so just as the commentary begins, just as visible form, smell, and the like cannot exist without wind energy, and wind energy and so forth. So the great elements too do not exist, or do not essentially exist without relying on each other. All the four great elements have to rely upon each other, and therefore they don't exist by way of their own essence. Then, thus, fire is that which burns, and the other three elements are that which is burnt.
다 차와 매니 데레 차와 매니 돈주르데 차와 멤버 지들 섹스도 어 때는 부신 셰자와 유미 때는 매유미는 세도 다 부신 차와 매니 돈주르데 샤라 차와 매니 돈주르데 부신기 색바나 차와데니 매레 차시색바레스고라 차와 멤버 지들 섹스 오 부신 차와 매니 돈주르데 색제 부신 메노사 오레 색제 부신데 메마레 부신 차와데 메레 생각을 랍다도 차와 매니 또 줄데 차와 멤버 지들 섹세 차와 멤베 아니 부신게 차와데 메레세 되게 차와 마임베 아니 현다 또 중앙현다도 데 중앙현 부대 당니체데 색버치그레스 거라 민바 지들 색데스 메다만 레베치서 차와데 메마이나 부신게 차와 메마이나 아니 메다 중앙현다 부대 저기 말했던 데와 메나 되게 색도고 말해서도 메다만 레베치로스 차와 멤버 지들 색세 아니 때는 부신 셰자와 유미 때문에 매유미 때는 멜라 마드베 부신 셰자와 랑게 모여 주바 예바 밀라스 멜라 마드베 부신 싱게 랑게 모여 주바 예바 마데스 때메베 부신라 마드베 메야 랑게 모여 주바 예바 미노스 때는 부신 셰자와 유미세 멜라 마드베 부신 요 마데스 때메 매유미세 부신라 마드베 매유바야 마이스도 누구도야 야
If we look at the commentary, then it says, fire burns only fuel whose nature is the other three elements. Yet hot fuel is fire, and no longer fuel to be burnt. So we can identify hot fuel as being fire. If it is not hot, since it is unrelated to fire, how will it burn? This is talking about if it exists by way of its own essence. So then, thus, fuel independent of fire does not exist by way of its own essence. You can't have fuel independent and completely independent of fire, like existing independently of fire, or existing by way of its own essence. And therefore, because of this, then fire independent of fuel does not exist by way of its own essence either. The verse then reads, that which is hot is fire, but how can that burn which is not hot? Thus, so-called fuel does not exist, and without it, fire too does not.
This one. Yeah. That is lamna kandena. Pushin sigra. Chidna ngadu pushin sidu. Shing metna yagu chilo shasha dus pushin sigra. Then dile pushin sidu meres na sidu. Shing di kopman bawa chiteora. Shing di mabu chiteora. O di nega ko shing jiora ba pe barte chiora. O dile pushin sigora. Dita pushin gite mel nyamdo ten ba chiteora. Pene chada bichi maro se sona chada mamba wale sona chagon koran de meren dugora sashi se bare dugora o di ka do pushin di sigora
di pushin
di sigora tanda pojo pe sha te da di sigora mara
sigora
digo ki labto ne mene keme.
So it's good to understand that when we're talking about fuel, we're talking about fuel that's in the process of being burned, in particular, like what do we call it? Firewood, right? Firewood in the outside. You have your firewood, but we're not talking about fuel in that state. We're talking about the firewood when it's burning and it's red hot, just like when iron is heated, it becomes red hot, and that's fire.
Da sholo ga chuptin ba de shek doa. De tanda de tamma de le len jak doa. Sumbati len ka ba se doa. Pushin ni sawala so be ngo yingi pushin di sashin teba chakbo de jira. Sashin tebe ngo yingi se. Sawe ngo min de se. Me ngo ma re se doa. Me sigi nemba na se ta me be mabu men barshin be ne kap giti pushin di se gora. Me sigi nemba na sawaran gurwe sekja ino shena se. O teni shenda kar sure. Di sekja shenda juwa duzu kanga sekja re di sekja re se. Shena se. Ani de kan su dosna kede sinen sawa yang se dwa me segi nembe nekab ki nemba na ani pushin de sawar gurbe se ura saware mere ser chirwa kede sinen sawa yang de ya chi de mer min gurse o tene kede pushin me segi nembe se sawaran gurwa yina yang sera kede sinen sawa yang se sawa yina yaasera, me yina yaasera chira. Tenya chidi mer mingyur se, tenya chidi mer mingyur gyurwa taras. Te mer resi gora. Imbarata sashin sekbe che ku sashi sekbare dewa resi, me yin kuk resi gora. Te nega ki pushin disi gora. Sekbe chira. Ndi kare, kede sinen sawa yang, tenya chidi mer mingyur de mer resi gora. Diksa, wende metse na ngwe shen de la yeji char mirun sigwa wende te se pushin metsa na se wende metsa na se pushin de sai se ba mai na sigwa ra te se pushin de sai se ba mai na sigwa ra metsa na se de wende te se pushin metsa na sawa membe ngabo shen me la che chawara merung la se teni metsana ngwe shen te la ye che cha merung se sawa membe ngabo shen me la se ye che cha merung la te che jungwa sumdan trebe sawa samshik me bar gyurna te che jungwa sumdan trebe sawa samshik mer gyurna jungwa sumdan trebe chashisek badi me yin sirwa samshi mer gyurwa yina se jungwa chenpo nam chik me bare chikshu me be chere se jungwa chenpo tuzu chik me na kanga me bare nyamdo tsode yore sikba shen to na lenjin jungan penzun taya se lenjin jungan jungwa daga de nyamdo chungre 직질 로봇 제시 내기 요래 서비스가 편준데 중심 시에바다 개베치로스 this one that is lamnia
So with the first two lines of the verse, it says, even if it is hot only when overpowered, why is it not fire? So even if fuel, the commentary says, even if fuel grows hot only when overpowered by fire, why is it not fire? It follows that it should be fire because it is hot and burns, which is the definition of fire, hot and burns. So fuel that's burning is fire. Yet, if fire is not hot at that time, if fuel, sorry, and then the commentary is going on with to explain the next two lines, which are, yet if not hot, to say fire contains something else is not plausible. So then the commentary says, yet if fuel is not hot at that time, it is, when it's burning, okay, it is implausible to claim that something else which is not hot is present in fire.
this one
And in that case, just heat divorced from the other three elements would be fire. And if one of the great elements does not exist, the others cannot exist either. This is where the two are independent. Moreover, the four are dependent on another. So, moreover, it contradicts the statement, quote, things that arise simultaneously are reciprocal effects like the elements. The four great elements are, they what do you say, are mutually dependent. I think that's what we say. Mutually interdependent, anyway. And so how could you have something that is not hot at the time of a burning fuel?
this one talk about this one sholuga chobje badere oh yeah da shiba me tu mer temba kakba sigdo me tu tamure te susugora ene me ngolia temba troba res kelemba tipa kagora kede me ze de tu terabla jonsum mebe pushin me barya me yodo shenase oh de me tu tashudelia de shindu tawadele sigora tarabdelia ni joan shenda sum budi yo mare sigora de sonza pushin me baya me yo chogrese sena sigora me tuten tashuchi ora chumshuchi o dili rogba shenda yo mare koran chibu mato yo mare joan shenda yo mare sigora o de sonza ko pushin me na me yo chogrese me tu tamutel pushin ke yo mare de me re sigora o kede me je tu chero lan joan sum me be pushin me bare me yo dose labgi ora ta dili dipa kagi ora wo ma sholu ka chobge bade tiji labdale
343, the 18th verse here is refuting a fire particle as truly existent fire. So the idea here is that there's some kind of that fire is reducible to this very small particle that then is unrelated to the other elements. The assertion says, since the other three elements are not present in the smallest substantial fire particle, there is fire even without fuel. That's the, what do you say, the essentialist are saying like that.
That's all. Oh, don't do love good. Get it to la sing mena say. Then I sing me may you do say that. Get it may do terrible de la pushing mena segura. Get it to la sing mena say, pushing mena say. Then I sing me may you do say. Then any to say then sing maybe may you ever do race segura. Then I sing me may you do. They you ever you be segura. This one, maybe those, maybe best. Get it, tell a sing you, na, doggy, jiggy, doggy, do you mean? Get it, may do Tamutil Sigara. Oh, but you be, good maybe, may you ever tower in your Yeshe. Get it, do la sing mena, then I sing may those. Gede sing la me gede de la sing yo na se wara. Gyurwe se che. Chita badar se ge tu tera ke lang bar me cha o se. O tende nang ba ta nang ju chita ma wa ta te su ke ling gyura tu de chami ke ling gyura. Shinda nang ba tu de chami ke ling gyura. O konzo se gyura. Ta kera di chita ma o la ba ne shi. Tutin chame yu, takpa yu sewa nashi, rindu gre se yuwa. Tawaran gyurwe chida pa tar se, chida pa nashi. Tutin ke langbar mecha o se, tutin chame da, takpa ke lang na digi mare se, takpa ke lingara da yuwa marde, chame ke ling yuwa, chame ke ling na takpa ke ling kuba gyuro se re se yuwa. Kisi lamne tangbo.
The verse then says, if the particle has no fuel, and the first two lines rather, if the particle has no fuel, fire without fuel exists. So here the commentary explains, fire without fuel exists if the smallest fire particle does not have fuel. Since it therefore would follow that uncaused fire exists, one should not assert a smallest substantial particle as do the Vaisheshikas. The Vaibhashikas, the Buddhist tenet system, do have this idea of a partless particle, but they don't say that it's permanent. The Vaisheshikas would say it's permanent, but they're being told not to assert something that's causeless, just like the Vaisheshika do.
This one.
This one.
Yeah. Oh, that get it tell a sing you na said it. Get it tell a sing you na chigi takjin do you mean said it. Oh, yeah. Gumi do taban jignes, oh, the medalia, the sing mesena, call it gum have a rendu do some never tone as agora. Get it me do tell a answer. Get it tell a sing you na say. Me do tamu della sing shit yorsena. Tell a sing. Pishin yu na se, ni chige danyi jengi tu mimbarta, tade chame chigmado mengenge chame chigbu di ma imbarta se gora. Tu re re la shendagan juansumbu di ne beche se gora. Tu re re la ya ne sum ngebar yu beche se gora. Gede te la shingyo na chigi takjen tu yu min se, tu chame chigdi yu ba digma re se, mebar re se gora. Yeah.
So then the next two lines of the verse say, if even it has fuel, a single-natured particle does not exist. So the essentialist is coming back saying, I don't want to be, what do you say, included into the Vaisheshika. So then if one admits that even the fire particle has fuel, for fear of the conclusion that it would otherwise be causeless, so that the essentialist is saying, well, that even that small particle has fuel, it follows that there is no single-natured particle, since the other elements are certainly present in each particle. So then you have to be saying then that there would be no single-natured particle, because it would then be you would then be admitting that it's the other elements are present with the particle. What do you say? Dependent upon the particle, or are in an interdependent relationship.
No, yeah, that the chame go to kasi love you some children. That the chame using it the messing getting near. Chiruba to the Neko Zambuli, Nambatombolia, to the chamere, Tagbare, Yore Sigora. Me don't do to the time and the coach chame in a Tagba. Oh, the Yore, the Suru Ruchen, the chamber of what is Zambuli to Samba and Sigora. Or done Nambage to the Tagba and Singadi or Maradina, to the chame Yore, the soon do Valetene, and it Zambuli to chamber to Grace, Lamgevara. Oh, that the Kaji or to the chame or Marese. Kabachigora. Nambe took them out to the oh, the end of Corsola. To take chame, yours and get to the to take the two ruchi, pay chickil tune and dig your mara two sana, dig me do some pay two, may ruin the day, there you sigora. Pay tuna ko yan canton gora. Mangitar ruchi in a cagando mare. Lungdantin rewan kunyam do teacher. So Kagaji in a part of the doctor is Tungi or Resigara.
Oh, dear.
What did literally or singing Kashachiora? What did you love?
No. We had some discussion of this idea of partless particles or existing or not, but anyway, non-Buddhist philosophers then have this idea that there are these partless particles that are permanent, and they're the building blocks for our universe. Universe forms based on those. Then the Buddhists then say that are then in kind of two camps. That there's this idea of partless particles, but not being permanent, and then the particles that have parts, and so the ones that assert partless particles, there's different ways of asserting them, but you kind of wonder how would they come together. So so the way they avoid some of them then avoid the problem of them actually touching by saying that they assemble the partless particles assemble together, and then they're sort of they don't touch each other, but they're held in that kind of held together by some kind of wind energy with between them.
No, that is to take something go very Bambuora. To the Kongmatogira. That is the patchy Ribachi Lavina. To take Chami Yonasigora. Took a teacher Chawana, Tarab teacher to Chuchera. Took Gide to take Chami Chicha. And it chose Shilla. Anything that watch it. Then the teacher will chat in this. So two courses, those. The jet can't you watch it. Two bits of Chicha Chawana Sigora. Simply South one, this one.
Oh, Chick Kang,
the Chami Chick did chair, there you have a chair. And it chose Shilia, a she chair. Then the chair, all the chair, come the rest there, you know, Sigora. The edge and the kid and those chair. Can't imagine warning and the name, you know, Sigora. to two quarterback Gidelia.
네.
Did you any? Comes to two by any two terror to chat doing. Gidelico, big Giderva. They took measure at Tita, they took Marwan, they leg Marwa, they took a measure. They took a measure and they took a measure. In the age you took your own, has you took your. It's chat true, days over. They took the next part to dinner, didn't they live in and did cheaper than Dora. Didn't they leg Mar and they regdua, take doa. Didn't they take her? Didn't they leg Mara? Didn't they leg Mara? This one.
The borrowed you.
Baru they are. Baru you get duty, they will be charging your. They will be charging your Chinese years cigar. They charging, then do to and then they took Mara. Or this one thing they do student did the have to be charged or did my word the two Mara, then they had two Mara. The true Chawana terrible to get to the Jurshera. Oh, the nanny. Chayoba response or a kiddy. Chatung to us or chill to Chilmatu, till to a charge in Matabechan to us or Trun to us. True, maybe and can get to Chibarendora. This was usual. Just chime machine.
Kila,
Oh, Kilachi Yoro. Cho Shilla Rede Yoro. Tenglichi Yoro.
Great drunk, I got it doing.
To him, I got some direction. Then, Mambury, let true thing, but I choose them. I thought there's a kid that you Samishora. And then those in day togra. They trebe shad in day Omara, con de leg mara. They did chan de trebe shad do a de trade, de tremaswa. And then Jion day or de trebe shade, de jo de tremaswa. They did the chatu yoga. They took your and they to get your and they to did in day Omar and in day Omara. Chatu you do this. To put the gang chatu yomaris did they to Chikbachasona. Cherumandor and did they to Chikbachandura. In the cocher dry Omara. You can say Tona. To put that coaching now, coaching. Coaching cham never the number is coaching by Resona, Cosa Chipa. Didn't they to do a cotton dendron, didn't they to do a cotton dendron, Cherry Chingomara. Sigma do Melchara, Cazetuna. Kumbu to drink something you share. Kumbu Chambuchin to drink the Chunipa Yand over the day to the chicks and Tegra. Coachiba and Kituchiba. Oh, yeah, and it is election.
So the idea here is that there are 6 different particles that form together, and this is where the argument, how the whole argument is formed. Then, so then when you have the one particle in each of the 4 directions, and then you have one in the one above and one below. Then you have these 6 particles, and so then if you think of one particle as being in between, and when they come together, then there's the particles will meet on one side and not meet on the other side. And so then what you can have is then you'll have 6 sides to the particle, and so then where they meet and don't meet, and so that would be a particle that has parts. Right, but if it didn't just meet together, then if it was partless, then they would always just be merging into a particle and could never get bigger. It would just be merging together.
Oh yeah, Oh, dangan zu tin bekche. Ta tun da wo Tangan de Sholoka did it, Karsere. Oh, Churkubatera. Sholoka Churkubatera song. Sumba Chikdan to Maritala Kabala Nisidora. Oh, you need Tembatuba Yuna, Tembatuba Chik to Yordan, Tembatuba Tumayore, Kandeyoreste, Tokjachin, Chik to take it a shake to her. Chikdan to drag it, you go to Tindukaba, say. Dilia Tanzeri Sumbatulia, Chikdan to Maritane Kabatulin, do a chick to take it Kaba. And then nearby says to you shot him come. That chick to drag it Kabatredua. Tambu chick to drag it, you go to Tindukaban, Esigdoa. Oh, Nicareside. Ngobo Kangan, Yong Tagba, Teda Tela Chigni Mesigdoa. Pumbata Nambula Soba, Ngobo Kanga Kang in a Yasigora. Ngobo Kangan. Yong Tagba se, Kanga Kang, Temper Tuma to Yonso, Thabkhe Cheba Nasigora, Tagba Nasigdoa. Ngobo Kangan Yong Tana, Tagba Nasigora. Pumbata Nambula Soba, Ngobo Kanga Kang, Temper Tuma to Yonsu Thabkhe Cheba Nasigora. This way, Tagba Nasira. Teda Tela Chigni Mesigdoa. Ngobo Teda Tela Temper to be Chigni Mede Sigora. Teda Tela Temper to be Chig Yunguma Resigora, Ramatu to be Chig Yunguma Resigora. Chada Chebech Karesne, Ngobo Kandejin Korea, Chak Chebech Mado Chamenge, Chachi Mega Koran Chibu Denge Cheyoma Resigora. Chada Chebe, Temper to be Chig Yoma, Temper to be Chigine, Shenda Robachi, Megunga Koran Chik Yangi. Rangune Rawandu to Bascoyora. Utende Yoma, the Ngob Kandina Chada Chebe Cabresora, Chayo Gures, Pumbaticina, Kawaricina, Kansaricina, Taxi, Chada, Mamboyora. Chada Chebechers, Ngobu Kang, Yon Tawa, Teda de la Chigni Mese, Temper to be Chigni Mede, Chache in Becher, Pumbachi, Temper to be Chigmindi, Chache in Becher, Kawachi, Temper to be Chigmindi, Chache in Becher. Kansa Chuji Temper to be Chick Mind, Chache in Becher. This to Curesicora. Oh, the Kangi Chick and you member, Tena Tumataja Mese. To say Kangi Temper to be Chick Mana, Temper to Denge round a Chicksy Mana, and it Temper to be need and some de Shidanga the truth in the Mambuti Yungumare Sigura. To my Yungumares, Temper to be Chick Kina, Temper to be near some shingle sober to Yungumares, to my Yoma Resigora. Kangi Chigya Yu member, Tena Tumataja Mese. To say Kangi Temper to be Chigya Yuba Meba Tena, Temper to be Tumataja Mede. Tumase the Chick San to my Yongore, Temper to be Chick Mana, any Temper to be Saya Yomar, Temper to be Ni, Temper to be Sum, Temper to be Shise, Tende Sakma Medici Sigora, Tangaya Yomare. No, didn't do that. Yeah.
Now we're going on to a different section with this book, verse 344, the 19th verse. Here, it's refutation by examining for singleness and plurality. The first, there's two verses then, and so it begins then with 344, where it says, refuting truly existent functional phenomena through the reason of being neither one nor many. And so when functional things, the commentary on this verse then reads, when functional things like pots and woolen cloth are examined as to whether they are or are not truly existent, these various things, because they have parts, do not have truly existent singleness. So anything that has parts then has to, wouldn't be able to be a single thing. And so then, or what it, maybe if you think of it, be unitary. Nor do they have truly existent plurality, for the very reason by which they are not truly single, since plurality comes about through an accumulation of single units. That single units are what do you say, truly existent, then or what do you say, essentially existent, then you could never also have plurality. So the that's a trisor.
No, Yeshe.
Did Tamade? Because Chinanging over.
No, did Chinanging over Nam churches, Tamadi, Tako over so. Chidanang over Karina, Ta church and temper made temper to be chicken to Macan to Madrivichers. Pumba church temper made temper to be chicken to Macan to Madrivicher. Penasuniation or something over Kangal Pachajura.
So then this same reasoning can be applied to, as it says in the commentary here, to everything. External and internal phenomena are not truly existent, but because they are neither one nor many. They are like reflections.
Chinase Chisuchi, no Yinjik to Sigara. Now, so they give it to be Naga Pumbutan, so I send that to the Sigara.
When we talk about phenomena being external, it's everything external to our mind and body. When it's internal, it's everything to do with a mind and body, feelings and discriminations and so forth.
Yeah, in Bacheta, Penasunian Shin said, did Egura Melona Chasing Sunyedi, Temper maybe Pechagiora. The Indico Melona Chasing Sunyedi Chasing Tongone, but Nangiore. Chasing to Naya, chasing to Temper Mavers, now Nashi, Tongone Maravas, King of the Hakogiora, or Deep Pechargiora, Madoti Tungi Chamuregiomare. Chasing to now, the chasing to Mede, but I'm the Hakogiora. Oh, did you learn?
So it said they are like reflections because it's an example of something being false or not truly or not truly existent or not true. When we see our reflection in the mirror, we understand that it's not really a face when we're looking at that, and so this gives you. It's not talking about what do you say, subtle impermanence, subtle emptiness. It's just talking about a kind of coarse emptiness.
Temper made Sigora. Melona chasing Sunye temper made chasing Sunye chasing to Naya, chasing to now to temper maybe she knows a Pechagiora. This I covered.
If you make this into a what do you say, a syllogism, that the self is not truly existent because of neither being one nor many, and then the example to gives you a rough understanding, like a reflection. You put that at the end of the syllogism. What's that?
What was the provision? You said the example to give you a rough understanding.
Well, sorry, I'm saying that you're saying the self does not exist truly, right?
Truly existent because of being neither one or many. And then is there a privation?
No privation. It's just saying at the end it just says like a reflection.
Oh, okay.
To give you a rough understanding. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
That's all going to be the oh, the Karishegurasana. Niba, Deba Shandela Tsumbase. Chiribala soba shengi teba tozula yatene, temba truba kaya de, tsungpa dindes kaagure serishira. Sunjin di rangi teba lan junga dan, jungyu lenji junga ra kaya langba la tegi, chiribala mindi ese, ta kaji sura, kirang kyan tanya de, temba truba chikda, temba truba tuma kangdo ya tugu maare, temba truba tuma tugu maare, temba truba chikhekbe shirisaya de, rangi teba zula kyan tanya digire ese. Chiribala te kyan tu tugu maare ese gara. Shenji teba la sunjin di rangi teba la junga dan jungyur lenji du junga kaya langi resti, junga shinyam du yorsi du, ane temba dhruve chik yungu maare, mangpo tsuwa na mato ngobu tugu maare se, kaya tanga ten dhruvi du usi gara. Junga jungyur lenji junga kaya langba la tegi resi. Chiribaga lenji kwa maare, mayin junga ribjina korang chik kyang kyang, junga re chami che neya yore se, labki yore, tila kyan ten jugu mendo se, sena wa tila kyan sungpa jugu re se yore, shukla nishubadika. Tichilamna.
So this, the 20th verse, the 3 of the chapter, the 345 then, is the fallacy equally applies to other sectarians. Here it means non-Buddhist philosophers. So here then one might think, in the commentary it states about this verse, that one might think this refutation applies to our own sectarians, our own Buddhist tenet systems, who assert that that the elements and elemental derivatives occur simultaneously, but not to non-Buddhist tenet systems, who assert that a small permanent earth particle, which is a single unit, exists where there is no functional things apart from the smallest particles, such as earth particles and so forth. They have it all existing, that a single unit does exist and it's permanent.
Oh yeah. That kede kauna ngwe tenam me deri chig ye che de na se. Da kede teda ge kauna sigwa. Chiriba teda ge kauna sigwa. Ngwe tenam siduza sala sokbe tu tere tele shembe ngobo nam sigwa. Kede kauna ngwe tenam se. Kede Chiriba Tedage Kangna Sala Sokbe Tu Cherab Tele Shembe Ngobo Tenam Meba Teres Ore Tu Cherab La Tele Shembe Ngobo Tenam Mebar Yoma Res Koran Chiburi Sigora. Teres Sai Tuten Takpa Chig Yochin Donas, Ko Sai na Sai Tuten Chamichik, Chuina Chu Tuten, Chu Junga Chamichik. Main junga chambi chik se re shagrin junga shi nyamdul henchik du so se de lagu mare se gara. Tene tuten takpa chik yoye chin de na te da ke lula ya saye tu terab te la ya konzula kyon din chugu re sung gara. Te da ke lula ya saye tu terab se ni sa kyan kyan madon junga shen yo mare se na saye junga madon shen da me se na ya. Saye tu terab se ni da te se re ba se gara. Zaydan yunde ledan chi chiran duwas number 2 se na shi zayi dan sera oni karyong dos na zayi dan chigni chiksung zan chigni di yogu re se gore kasi nga zuma bu she ba chigi talun jugbe kyu tadon jugbe kyu chigni yoba ni sera tinde ko chiksung zan chigni yogu re yoba sung zan yoba ni yogu re se gore zayi dan chigni dan yoba ni chi chawa sumdi yoku resi wara ngebardo. Tene yonden la yonden nida se. Chik nida yonden la yako yonden ni yoku re, chik ni yoku re, yoba ni yoku re, sum yoku resi wara. Zeta yonde karine. Sum yobe kyuse kange kun la sum yoba tena se. Sum de ngebardo yoku duwa sura tu terab chik ina yako. Juwa shem hena. Tena dami je chik kona lo de la ya yoba mayimbe roba chiye mengen shi Koran Janjamado Suchiki Roba Meba, Tendeji Kunzulula Yom Harisagora, Da Mebas the Roba Meba, da was a Roba Serisigra, Chikanja, da Megi, Chigni Kono Lu Tela Yoba Maimbe, the Dala and Yebadi, Sumba Kona Ose, or Tezula and Yebadi, Sumban Jugres or this one. Yeah.
So,
Ditama did together, Joshua. Kedi Kanang, Tenam, May there is Chi, Chin Donas, Chikami Janjachi of Dosene, Consula Sum Yorsura, Gangi Kunla Sum Yers, Sum Yongudu Asera. Oh, Tena, Chigni, Yoma Yese. Chikanja Chabanga Shatu Marese. Yeah.
So the reply to this is given in the verse. It says, though they assert that where there are none of those things, there is singleness. Singleness does not exist since everything is threefold. And the commentary explains this, that yet even in their system, the smallest earth particle is threefold in that it has substantial entities, singleness, and existence. So this is where we talked about that yesterday, where I was saying that maybe in English we could translate that as NESS, ness. Substantial entity-ness and single-ness and existence-ness. The idea that there are these, what do you say, generalities that are with any particle. So then here, yet even in their system, the smallest earth particle is threefold in that it has substantial entity-ness, it has singleness, and it has existence-ness. Attributes have attributiveness, singleness, and existence-ness. So by virtue of the fact that everything is threefold, even in their system, just unaccompanied singleness does not exist. Thus, precisely the same fallacies apply to them.
No. That's an additional one you should take it. Tashin Gogbe requestion like Charwase. Tashin Gogbe requested, Tango Bushanda Kangali Charni, Temper Meba, Trubati to go there somewhere. Otandima Lapshan is saying, Tashi the Karesne, Kutun and Drebu Yoberma or Tangjamba Soda Suda. Yodan said, Kutun and Drebu Yoba Sura, Tachira. Medan said, Kutun and Drebu, Mejan, Kunde Temper Yoba Kalamon, Dodeba so Kunde Temper Mejan, any Kutan Drebu Yores Kalamba. Dodeba so Kutun and Drebu. Mejan, Kunde Temper Mejan, Kudun and Drebu Mejan, Kunde Temper Yus Kalambasera. You done me said, Kunde Kudun and Drebu Mess, Mawat Segura. You done mess and this one. That you me, she said, Ranshin Tala, Nega Midakba, you mean nigger Kalimba, Chiruba, they call Save Ranshin the Tagbade, and Negab Negam Jundude. Con Midakbas and Negab con Midakbas cigarettes. The Tagbata Midakba Niga Mauri Sigua. Oh, Tini, you may nigger, Tagbar Yoba, Tagbar Meba, Nigar Mawa Kalim, but Chiruba Sotan Sera. No, but says so you, Jan, Tinida Shando Chodo Mebe, you may nigger, means it's our Kalimba, Gogbe Rigbe Sundini, de Konani, Nola number Choba, Sove Kebe. The Badribe Chignita, Shanita, Niga members on Gogbala, gokpa tala chawar chawon shendala ya tashi di kwane kakpa pa chago kre sungudwa. Tani digre.
No. Yeah. So this verse 346, the 21st verse of the chapter, is applying reasoning which negates the four possibilities in other cases. So here, that the commentary begins, those who have mastered the art of employing the meaning of emptiness always refute oneness, otherness, both and neither, by applying the kinds, that means both oneness and otherness, and neither oneness and otherness. So they refute by applying the kinds of reasoning which refute the assertions of those who, like the Samkhyas, who claim that the effect exists at the time of the cause, oneness, that of the Samkhyas being non-Buddhist tenets, and then the Sautrantikas, of Buddhist tenets, who assert that cause and effect truly exist, but that the effect does not exist at the time of the cause. So that's otherness. And then of the Nirgranthas, I think the Nirgranthas and the Jains are, you can use those terms interchangeably, I believe, who assert both existence and non-existence, in that a thing is permanent in nature, yet temporarily impermanent. It just sort of can temporarily change like that. And of those who assert that, so that's both, and then those who assert that though things are substantially existent, they neither exist nor do not exist, since they cannot be said to be this nor that. That means the final approach of what do you say, of neither being neither oneness nor otherness. Drisa.
Oh, then do so.
Oh, then it.
Yeah.
Rasa. So that's enough for this morning, or what is it? The first session, we'll say. It's not quite morning, this afternoon. But anyway, we'll return then to in the 22nd verse. Yeah.